What's going on, fellas? It's Cager, and today I'm going to be talking about Super Smash Bros., specifically for the Nintendo Switch. So, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS were released in late 2014, which was almost 3.5 years ago. So, it's about time to be talking about the next Smash Bros. Game. Obviously, there's going to be one for the Switch. It's such a good-selling console, and the Wii U one and 3DS one were like two of the best-selling games for their respective platforms. So, obviously, Nintendo's going to be cashing out with the next Smash Bros. Game on the Switch, whether it's a port or just a new installment in the series, and we're not really sure what it's going to be yet, but no matter what it is, there's definitely going to be some new changes. There's going to be new stages, definitely, probably some new characters, maybe some tweaks to balance things around a bit. But what I'm going to be talking about today is better representing one of Nintendo's, I'd say, popular franchises. Not their most like mainstream, but we're going to be talking about Luigi's Mansion, because those games are actually very well loved by the community. Even though there's only two as of right now, although fans speculate a third one's going to be released on the Switch at some point. This is all just speculation, guys. This isn't like a confirmed leak or anything, but there's likely going to be more Luigi's Mansion games because people like them. They're fun. Nintendo doesn't tend to milk that franchise just because it's, you know, sort of like a sub-series to the Mario games, but it's a well-respected game, and it really deserves more representation in Smash Bros. Now, we have the Luigi's Mansion stage that was in Brawl, and Luigi's final smash in Smash 4 is him using his vacuum, but that doesn't really mean a lot, because when you look at Smash Bros., in the competitive aspect at least, people don't use items ever. And I know a lot of my friends who don't even really play Smash competitively also just play with items off. And I feel like that's the case with a lot of people. A lot of people, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people don't play with items. If you look at For Glory 2, there's no items in that, so that means you're not going to really have that much Luigi's Mansion representation. You have the stage, but I think we could do with more than just a stage. We want to look at a character that has that in the moveset. Now, Sakurai's not really into changing character movesets heavily. Like, look at Ganondorf. He's been a clone of Captain Falcon for the past 3 Smash games. And in an interview, I believe, Sakurai even said like he had just fallen in love with the version of Ganondorf that's in the Smash Bros. Games now, so he didn't want to change him that much. And the same could be said for Luigi. So we're not looking at like a major Luigi rework where he gets all of his abilities changed to represent Luigi's Mansion more. But maybe you could get similar treatment to Mario, how in Brawl, instead of having the tornado, Mario is given Flood, since that better represents his character. He doesn't really use the tornado in his game, so the Flood made more sense for that part. And Luigi still has the tornado, so that's cool. Dr. Mario still has the tornado, it doesn't really matter. But if we look at Luigi, what's one thing that he could be changed? Definitely his throws, I'd say. And his specials. I wouldn't really focus on his A attacks at all, just because the vacuum couldn't really be incorporated that great into them. His throws are very simple. You just, you know, incorporate the vacuum in some way. Maybe when he grabs them, and he does, like, one of his directional throws, he sucks it in the vacuum, spits them out, that kind of thing. Or just throws them and blows air to send them further. Like, it doesn't even have to be that complex, just something to give him vacuum. You know, like, he could have the vacuum on his back at all times, but just only use it in his, like, specials and throws. I don't want to change his specials, like, completely. But if we look at his specials, like, his neutral B, I think, would be the best thing to change, just because Mario and Dr. Mario already have the Fireball. Dr. Mario, it's a pill, but it functions the same way, so do we really need 3 characters that have that? And I know Luigi's is different because it doesn't have gravity in it, but just to better represent him in Luigi's Mansion. Like, if he was given the vacuum and his neutral B was just to pull things closer to him, he could pull, like, projectiles, suck them in his vacuum, he could pull items closer to him, he could pull opponents closer to him. Definitely not to the effect that his Final Smash is, but just taking a look at that, like, it could definitely work out, I think, for the better. And take a look at his down B with the tornado. I don't think we should really consider that would be changed too much either, because I don't think it would be. But what if, like, he used the vacuum somehow in the animation? Like, it just showed him, like, blowing wind out of the vacuum when he did it. Something like that. Just something that gives a little extra nod to the Luigi's Mansion franchise as a whole. I think that would be really cool if Nintendo did that. But at the same time, Luigi's been the same in, like, all these 4 games now, right? So why would Nintendo change his moveset at this point? There's something else Sakurai could do. So Mario got his Flood to better represent him in Mario Sunshine, but there was something else that represented the Galaxy games. Rosalina was added as a new character, And this was a shock to a lot of people because they didn't think that Rosalina was in enough games. She wasn't even playable in any main series Mario games, except for 3D World, which was released after her Smash Bros. Reveal. So they were wondering, why was she added? She was added to implement Mario Galaxy moveset. So she has her up B as like the launch star, her down B uses the pointer cursor from Mario Galaxy, and her side B spits out star bits. Those are all things you could do in Mario Galaxy. And rather than changing up Mario drastically, Sakurai just added Rosalina as a character to represent the Galaxy games, and it worked perfectly. She was very loved amongst fans in Smash 4, and I could see them doing something like this with Luigi's Mansion by adding E.Gadd as a character. E.Gadd's a character that isn't really in that many Mario games. He's kind of just exclusively in Luigi's Mansion games, and he appears in some of the earlier Mario and Luigi RPG games as well. So he's not like in a ton of things, but to represent Luigi's Mansion, he would be perfect. You could just keep Luigi the way he is, equip E.Gadd with the vacuum, have his neutral be like pulling enemies closer or whatever, do all that. His attacks, I mean, his A attacks could be anything. Like, they don't have to really be specific. You could use the flashlight, I guess, and like bop people over the head with the flashlight. That would be kind of funny. But as for his throws, he could suck people in with the vacuum, that kind of stuff. His other specials, that's what I want to talk about most because I feel like that's the most unique. So his down B, what if he did a tornado, kind of like Mario and Luigi's tornado, except he shot a tornado at the vacuum. So like he shoots the tornado out of the vacuum, and then the tornado just starts spinning around and travels across the stage in front of him. So he isn't the tornado himself. Like one shoots away from him. I feel like that would be kind of cool because he wouldn't really be a clone, except it would be like, I don't know, kind of like his own thing, while still kind of being like Luigi's too. I don't know the best way to say it. His side B could be like a stun. Like, look at Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Like, I don't know if you guys have played that one. I played the GameCube one more, but I played that one a little bit. I remember in that game, though, you had to press the A button to stun ghosts with the flashlight. Like, in the original one, you just shine your flashlight at them and they're stunned. In Dark Moon, you had to, like, press A, and then it would send out this flash, and it would stun them. What if his side B was that, and you flashed the flashlight, like, really bright, and it just stunned enemies in front of you? So, like, it confused them for, like, a couple seconds. Kind of like Mewtwo's down B. I think that would be a really cool move to give him. His up B could be, I don't know, just shooting air out of the bottom of his vacuum and propelling himself up. It doesn't really need to be anything that special. But I feel like having the stun in there and the vacuum would be really cool just because it would give better representation in Luigi's Mansion games, because they're really good games, guys. If you haven't played them, go play Luigi's Mansion. Start with the GameCube one because I feel like that one's better. They are so good, and they need to be represented in Smash more. Whether we get Luigi changed a little bit, or E.Gadd given that, like, that would be really cool. And now, some of you might be asking for his final Smash, because Luigi already does use the vacuum in his final Smash. What if they gave E.Gadd something similar to Luigi's final Smash from Brawl? If you guys remember that, he had the negative zone, where it just kind of, like, had this circle around him, where everyone was just, like, stunned and their percent would just rise. What if E.Gadd did like one of those flash things from his flashlight, but it was just so huge and so bright that it stunned like everyone within a certain radius of him, and they were stunned for like a long period of time, kind of like in Brawl. I feel like that would be cool. That would be another way they can mix it up a little bit and make E.Gadd his own character. I feel like E.Gadd could be a Mario character that like, or a Luigi's Mansion character rather. I mean, this is maybe a topic for another video, but he can maybe even be given his own icon, because Luigi's Mansion is kind of like a off series in the Mario games, kind of like Yoshi, how he has the egg instead of the mushroom. But yeah, he could be really unique and also really represent Luigi's Mansion games. I know people say we have a lot of Mario characters, but that's because we have a lot of Mario games, and we have like diverging series from the games too, with all these different characters and their own arcs and stories and whatever. Like, having him be a Luigi's Mansion representative seems like it would be a great fit for the game. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I almost said let me know in the description. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. If you'd like to see E.Gadd as a playable character, or if you'd like to see Luigi just have his vacuum more incorporated into his moveset. Yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. And let me know if you're excited for Super Smash Bros. On the Switch, because although it hasn't been confirmed yet, we all know it's going to happen at some point. Alright guys, this is Cager, and I'm out.